What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are at Sioux Falls Regional Airport for the 52nd airport update for the month of May 2024. Got a few diversions that have found their way into this update. They snuck in on me last minute, so we're going to take a look at those a little later in the update, but first we've got a regular slate of traffic to take a look at. Starting off at gate number 1, we have this Delta Airbus A319. This aircraft arrived in from Minneapolis. This flight 2359 at 11:20 p.m. delayed from a 10:53 p.m. scheduled arrival. So this is a delay of about 27 minutes for this aircraft. So I was checking PassRider, and as I'm recording this right now, unfortunately their website is down, so I can't grab the screenshots that I would like to get so that I could put them up on your screen. But I was able to get the information written down before the website just stopped working for me. So I'll have to try again during editing, and if it's working just fine then I'll pop up screenshots. But if not, you won't see anything, and it'll just be me reading off the information that I have. But I noticed with Delta, on the main line from both Minneapolis and Atlanta, it will go up to a once daily 320 from the once daily 319 that we currently get. So nice to see the extra capacity coming on board on the Delta main line. Gates 3A and 3B are all occupied. We'll take a look at 3B first, as we have a special livery again. The American Eagle Embraer 170 Retro. Very happy to have seen it last year, landing in Sioux Falls. I was really happy to spot that plane, and obviously since I have a model of it as well, so it's great to have both the model and spot the plane. This American Eagle Embraer 170 Retro came in from Chicago as Flight 3639, operated by Envoy. This arrived in at 5:45 p.m., delayed from a 5:17 p.m. scheduled arrival. So we have another delay. This one is of 28 minutes, I believe. So not sure why we got so many delays here. Just checking my schedule. I only see about 2 or so flights that are on time or ahead of schedule, it's going to make things a little interesting in this update. So I guess we'll just have to make do with it. We'll make it work best we can. We'll continue on to the Allegiant A319 towards the bottom of your screen. This aircraft came in from St. Petersburg as Flight 996. This arrived in at 10:08 a.m., delayed from a 9:51 a.m. scheduled arrival. So this aircraft arrived in 17 minutes delayed. So checking Allegiant, some of their services, and I noticed that our Phoenix Mesa, it will operate 6 times weekly. The only day that we don't get the service is going to be on Tuesday. I also checked the St. Petersburg service as well. That is operating twice weekly in June, Wednesday and Saturday, and one of the 2 services was a 320. I believe it was the Saturday service that's on the larger aircraft, and then the weekday service is on the smaller A319. Hopping over to Gate 5, we have this American Airbus A319 coming in from DFW as Flight 2872. This arrived in at 12:30 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 12:56 p.m. arrival. So nice to see that shake up back to our on-time and ahead of schedule or early arrivals in this airport update. This is one of those IAE 319s. I'm really hoping that Gemini or NG can get to the 319 IAEs for American. That'd be really nice to have, and hopefully that's much sooner than later, because I've been really lacking. Thankfully, I do have all 3 of the A320 releases that Gemini has done. Feel free to check out the model comparison video that I made earlier this week on that topic. But getting back on track onto our DFW main line here in Sioux Falls, we're still go for our 3 times daily service in June. We have the 2 main lines, one of them upgraded to an A320, and we have the extra 3rd service on an Envoy 175. So we're looking really good there with the extra frequency and extra capacity overall on the DFW service. Next, at Gate 7, we have this United Express Embraer 175 coming in from Denver as Flight 5286, operated by SkyWest. This arrived in at 11:10 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 11:29 p.m. arrival. Very late flight. Next, at Gate 6, we have a Continental Globe CRJ-200 sitting here at the gate. This came in from Denver as well as Flight 5378, also a SkyWest-operated flight. This arrived in at 4:05 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 4:20 p.m. arrival. You're certainly not going to lose these CRJ-200s anytime soon. Next up at Gate 4, we have this Delta Connection CRJ-900 and our last aircraft at the terminal. This aircraft arrived in as Flight 4874 from Minneapolis, operated by Endeavor Air, at 2:23 p.m., delayed from a 2:01 p.m. scheduled arrival, so we're behind by 22 minutes on this flight. That's all the aircraft we have here at the terminal. Now we move into what is always my favorite segment to do in these Sioux Falls Airport updates, the parking garage update. Took another trip up to the airport as per usual to see how the parking garage is progressing, and we're making some pretty great progress here in the summer months. The Skyway glass is about, I would say, 60% complete. Both sides are a little more than halfway done, so overall the progress, I would say, is about 60 or 70% complete. It's looking really good. I could see like the insulation and stuff that they're putting in as well on the Skyway, so they're going to make it heated so that way you don't have to, if you're coming back from, let's say, Florida in the wintertime, you don't have to wear bulky winter coats when you land in Sioux Falls. It'll be easy to get from the terminal to your car and the parking garage. So love the convenience that they're putting in there, and just the very easy accessibility overall of it is going to be really nice. More preset concrete's been installed on the terminal entrance. That's coming along really nicely. The interior of it, that has not been furnished or anything yet. I'm sure they got to finish putting together the exterior of it before they start putting together the interior. I imagine that'll come a little later this summer, so looking forward to how that turns out a little later on. And with most of the preset concrete installed, there's only a couple portions left on the parking garage that don't have it right now. There's still a few more that have yet to get that wave pattern, and I know that they're getting some big video screens installed on the corners of the parking garage as well. I believe it's Daktronics that are providing the video boards, which is going to be really awesome. I imagine they'll display just local Sioux Falls stuff like Falls Park, Arc of Dreams, and just other artifacts and landmarks around town, and even in South Dakota in general, since it is the biggest city in the state. And I'm sure it may display some other important information as needed, but I don't know exactly what they have for plans on that video board yet. So I'll be excited to see those installed and in operation a little later on this year when they open the parking garage, which haven't heard any changes to the ETA. It sounds like it'll still be October or so when they have that all completed. So looking really good on the parking garage overall, and we'll go ahead and check out a couple more aircraft roaming the airport, and then we'll check out our handful of diversions that have decided to come in at a last-minute addition to the update. Here's our United mainline for the day. This is taxiing out of the terminal. This United 737-800 in the old livery is going to be heading to Denver as Flight 2727. This departed at 9:30 a.m., delayed from a 9:20 a.m. scheduled arrival, so behind by 10 minutes, but certainly not a huge problem compared to some of the other things that we have seen. But even then, those haven't been really big problems either, so we've been doing pretty good in this update overall. Finally, happy to have Frontier back in the Sioux Falls Airport updates. I know it's been a while since I've had them in here, but since they've been on the schedule a little more frequent now, I decided to include them once again. This Frontier A320neo is going out to their sole operation out of Sioux Falls, which is to, you guessed it, Denver, as Flight 2107. This departed at 1:35 p.m., delayed from a 1:28 p.m. scheduled arrival, so only behind by 7 minutes. Frontier is going to be 6 times weekly here in June, and there'll be no operations on Tuesday only, so just kind of like what Allegiant is doing out of Phoenix Mesa. Very excited about that, and I'm sure we'll get many more times for the A321neo to pop in every so often. I've yet to go to the airport when they're sending those in. I've either been busy or I just never checked the schedule or forgotten all that, so hopefully there'll be another chance for the 321neos to come in very soon, and I'll go to the airport and try and catch one of those bad boys. That's all of our regularly scheduled action. We'll go ahead and check out our 3 diversions that we have right now, because evidently we have quite the interesting things going on. And here are the diversions. All of them are Boeing 737s, which I found to be pretty interesting, and we have one each of all the legacy carriers, American, Delta, and United. So the 2 diversions that you see on the left, parked on the hard stand, those 2 came in from Minneapolis on Memorial Day, May 27th, and I was not in town when this happened. I was elsewhere, so I was not able to catch those diversions, unfortunately. I only heard about it later that night after all of our activities were done for the day. And then the one diversion on May 24th, the one from Chicago here, which is the United flight, that came in on that particular day. So we'll go and take a look at that one first. So a little closer look at it, the 739, which was wearing the old livery, by the way. This originated from Denver as Flight 2329, and obviously intended for Chicago O'Hare that diverted here in Sioux Falls, mainly from weather. And I think it was the only diversion that came into here from Chicago. Yeah, it was. And rarely do we ever get O'Hare diversions. We never, ever, ever get them. The only diversions that we do get are ones from Minneapolis, and occasionally from like Omaha or Des Moines if there's inclement weather in those areas and there's nowhere else to go for them. I'll swing the camera over and we'll check out the other 2 flights that we have. We'll have the Delta 737-900 on the left. That originated from Las Vegas. And then the American 737-800 on the right, that originated from DFW. So kind of interesting that we get a 738 here for American. I think this is the first time I've had them in an airport update too for Sioux Falls, because we never get the 737s from American. And hopefully that changes one day with our DFW main line. They'll upgauge that from, like, let's say a 320 to 738, because I think, yeah, it's a little bigger, the 738, in terms of capacity than it is on the A320. That's all of the content that I have for you guys in this Sioux Falls Airport update, number 52 for May. So overall, looking really good here with the airport, and the parking garage progress is doing really good right now, so really excited for that to open in a few months' time. Again, October is the ETA that I've heard, and I imagine I'll probably change again, so I'm keeping tabs on it best I can. Any new information that I find, I'll be sure to report on it as soon as possible. I can't talk right now, I'm talking too fast. But that's just how it goes, and with that, I'll go ahead and conclude this update. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.